One question about the CV. Are there any keywords related to your research and clinical experiences that helps communicate your readiness? The answer might be no, but I just wanted to know.
I've never been aware of any.
Okay.
What do you mean by keywords? Like key
Yeah.
descriptors?
Yeah, like for example, Daisy, you were helping me with my resume the other day or my CV, and we were talking about the word clinical and how that, I mean, I feel like this is obvious. Like it's important to include the word clinical.
Yeah, let me give some context. Maya had a clinical research opportunity, meaning she was working for a research lab, conducting clinical interviews and interacting with participants, and she had it listed under research experience. And I said, well, you should add it clinical research experience because that's clinical. So yeah, it is important to obviously add words that will make you more competitive for a clinical position, which is what, we were talking about there. I do think when it comes to a CV, again, getting feedback is really important. Don't be humble and don't lie. So whatever falls on the spectrum between being too humble and being dishonest, find some place in between. It's a CV. So you want to sound like you want to actually communicate that you learned something, so you know how to talk about what you did. So for example, if you gave intakes or assessments and stuff, you don't need to say like, I asked questions to participants. That would sound interesting, right? You would maybe want to say conducted clinical interviews and then in parentheses what they were, depending on what they were, right? So you want to sound like you know what you're talking about. And so I think with a CV too, it's really, really helpful. People specialize in this. And again, thinking about the longer term commitment in the context of not sacrificing minor things. So if it's going to cost you $50 or $150 to get feedback on your CV from someone who does this, or somebody who's a doctoral student, a friend of a friend ask, I look at like more than 100 of these in the past year and a half, I would say. Just quick, someone will look at it quickly, give you some feedback. Don't be shy.
Yeah.